A good day to you once again. This is the part 2 of anticipation, defensive driving techniques, wherein we would tackle other forms of this technique application on the road. If you are interested, you may click this pop-up or check the description below to watch part 1. Without further ado, let's start. Center islands like these exist to separate both opposing lanes that prevent accidents. However, there are designs like this that has opening and windows that allows you turn and crossing, in which creates a hazard as it involves vehicles and people popping up out of these blind spots. Let me demonstrate. To prevent this, you must slow down whenever you see a visual anomaly ahead. There are designs that are marked, making it easier to be visible. Additionally, it is recommended to rely on signs too, especially on regulatory signs up ahead. Once spotted, slow down up until you can see the road on the opposing side. Once clear, proceed normally. Another way is positioning yourself on the center or outer lane, in which increases your reaction time as well as providing the visual advantage. It also prevents disruption which is present when you are in the inner lane, as such being at the center or outer lane during this is safer and efficient. There are also drivers who brake abruptly, desire to turn on the slot. So once they've slowed down, there is a sure thing that they would either turn or something is crossing on it. Since you've stopped alongside them, you are either forced to wait them out until they cross or change lanes, in which is dangerous especially on a busy road. And like what I have said earlier, it is better to position your vehicle at the center or outer lane to avoid disruptions like this. Next are buses, trucks, and other long and large vehicles. There are times, especially if it's on their route, that they would need to turn or do a U-turn. And due to their size, they needed a larger turning distance, and to do it they are positioned in the center or outer lane. As such, what you have to do is to slow down on these vehicles up until they cross. Later on the video I would discuss how to know if a vehicle is going on your lane. Lastly is when there's a junction like this, anticipate that there could be a car up ahead on the opposite lane to do a turn. As such, you must slow down and give way when necessary only.
Whenever someone on the opposing lanes up ahead overtakes, it seems scary-like? What is your first instinct? Is it to slow down, to dodge it by steering, or maintain your speed? If your instinct is to drive normally, then it's possible sometimes. However, on this scenario presented, it's clear that this car overtake abruptly. However, if you chose dodge, then it could be fatal, shown here. To prove further that it wasn't the fault of the one who crashed, it's clear that you steered too much to avoid the overtaking driver from hitting you. Instead, what you should do is to slow down or even brake lightly for them to pass you.
There are times in the road wherein potholes, rocks, and even screws are scattered and present in the road. And as a responsible owner of the vehicle, it is you and their duty of care to take a preventive approach by avoiding these. As such, there are drivers like this that swerves abruptly, but here's the trick. You see this deformity right here? That's a clear indicator that there's a pothole or bump on the road. And anyone who owns their car, especially smaller vehicles like motorcycle, would avoid or slow down on it. In real life it looks like this. Next is when you are following a car ahead. If you are new, of course you would be caught off guard that they braked and slowed it down in the middle of a highway. Not only that you nearly collided with them, but you hit the deformity hard. As such, you must slow down on unfamiliar roads, have a distance with the car up ahead by indicating how many spaces worth of road you got there. And here is a little tip for you: most of the time these deformities are present on the outermost lane, thanks to our large and heavy vehicles like trucks, so you know what lanes to avoid.
Let's start this first with a larger vehicle, as they are easier to be seen when manual veering. Let me demonstrate first what would happen if you didn't anticipate their actions. It's quite dangerous, right? So let's analyze what went wrong. So you can see here clearly, even from afar, that they seem to be slowly going to our lane. It's either they are avoiding something or just want to change without flashes, which happens in real life. Since they seem to be slowly going, of course give them the right of way as first. They are a large vehicle, and second, I assure you that they would not hesitate to yield for you either way. So the next time you see a large vehicle doing this kind of steering, then slow down until they are centered. Next are light vehicles, in which is easier to spot due to their responsive body contrary to larger vehicles. Like before, if you didn't anticipate it, then this could happen. Let's analyze this. As you can see here that the vehicle in front also seems to be steering slightly towards our lane like our earlier example, yet this time, take note that lighter vehicles, especially motorcycles, small vehicles, even vans would steer quickly due to their size. As such, demonstrated here is the safer option.
What would you do if a vehicle like this enters your lane? Of course you would slow down or give way to them, right? Now imagine it being a crossing, or a busy street. Of course with that distance you would still give way. But let's change our perspective. What if you are the driver behind this yielding car? Of course if you didn't think this through, this could happen. Instead, what you should do is to slow down whenever a vehicle enters someone's lane, as it is expected that they would stop or slow down compared to your speed, so be prepared.
Next is large articulated vehicles turning on a junction or intersection. If you didn't give them enough space from the outside of their turn, there is a chance that their trailer could whip back at you like a tail, and seen here on the video, it's clear that the distance of this whipping is kind of close. And of course, the right course of action is to give way by slowing down and making space. After all, they are a large vehicle. They turn more than cars. The outside is no problem, but the inside poses a greater risk. After all, trucks like this needs a large turning radius due to their trailer, and seen here in the video, it's clear that the distance is quite small and close. However, by giving them enough space, more than the outside counterpart, it ensures safety and security from their turning action. And unlike before, it has a larger distance to your car, ensuring more margin to react. Don't believe me? Then here is the comparison. Now it is unavoidable to navigate through these kind of narrow roads. Regardless, there's a way to navigate this still. First technique is the best case scenario, them yielding for you. Proceed slowly through the narrow gap, then continue. Next is slowing down, then steering slightly away from them. This technique is risky as it is recommended to have a small vehicle that can be easily handled. Third is stopping, then steering lightly away from them. It's a better approach than the last time, as not only it gives space to them, but it ensures you don't accidentally hit the sides of the road. Last is the best approach, and that is to stop and let them navigate. Depending on the road, if it's wide enough for slow driving, then it is enough. But I am here to take a word for you. If you aren't capable or doubt yourself that your car may not fit, then stop. Never, and I meant never, go through a gap that is insufficient and you are uncertain about it. Slowly creep, give space as much as you could, leaving half a ruler margin on the side, and let the other experienced drivers handle it. If you are confident that you will make it, then still, proceed with caution. By stopping, it ensures your safety, the property, and your car. Congratulations, as you have finished the series of anticipation, defensive driving techniques. As what I have said on the past video, driving isn't about reacting, it's about being proactive. By knowing what others would do ahead of time, it increases your reaction time and margin safety. As such, I am here to provide you some general tips. First is driving slowly, but not too slow that it ruins the traffic. By driving on a manageable pace, you have time to react. After all, that's the reason why the 3-second rule exists. You are not a racer, let alone in a racetrack, as public roads have different kind of unexpected things going on. By driving slowly or at a pace that you can manage is also helpful during night driving, especially if you can't see the road ahead either by a blinding light or just pitch black. By driving more than what you can see beyond the headlight, you are just asking that something would pop out of there. After all, driving is about sensing using vision. In reality, the reason why others do this is that they are familiar on the roads, that they are confident to do it. Next is what we have discussed earlier, this time it is knowing when others would weave or steer to your lane when the other car has this kind of position. After all, a car who has this kind of positioning indicates that they could go into your lane anytime, and this signals that they are either an overconfident or impatient driver. Even if you are on the right, never insist your right of way. After all, a crash can be avoided if you anticipated it thoroughly. Think of it like driving with your family, your kids, or even your significant other or whatnot. As long as you know that you are liable for what would happen on them, and even if you are not someone who is this, think of it that after driving, you still have a family, a house, or something to go home into, and even if doesn't, at least you have ambition in life. Unless by speeding you feel thrill and excitement, then you may need help. Not only that it potentially harms other people who has someone to protect with, but you matter still. And take note that as long as every day you wake up, that means you still is worthy or has a goal to fulfill in life. And lastly, it is to ensure your vehicle is worthy to be driven. By inspecting your car, especially the tires, which is vital, it ensures safety for you and to make the car's lifespan longer. Before I drive, I personally do this routine, and why not you too? First, check your engine from one side to another, starting from the oil, then the fluids like brakes and coolant, and even doing visual inspections like is the belt intact, is the stator good, is the battery healthy, and more. Then you can start your car, in which you would check your tires, especially from front to back, then do a walk-around check to ensure your path is cleared, and once the RPM settles, then you are good to go after checking if the road is clear to be driven. And with that, thank you so much for watching and finishing the series. Make sure to share this video to make others aware of the road. And always remember that anticipating ensures greater reaction time. I wish for a safe driving for you, driver.